Hey guys, so welcome to this video, and in this video we're going to see how to take backup of ETCD, and this is just specific to CK exam. So I'm going to assume that you know the concepts already of ETCD, what is ETCD, how it works and everything. So we're just really targeting like when you see a question in the CK exam, right? Like take a backup of ETCD. So in that situation, how are you going to handle it? So for this, I'm going to make use of two browsers basically. I mean two websites. One is the CK Killer Code Playground for performing our actions, and the other is the Kubernetes documentation. So if you know it, if you're already studying for CK, you know it that the Kubernetes documentation will be provided, and we have to make use of it. So the second one is the Kubernetes documentation where we will utilize it. Before that, let me just reframe myself. Okay. So without wasting much time, we'll just straight away get to it, Let's not waste time. So when you get a task that says like take a backup of etcd, you're going to do multiple things. So first of all, you will have, when you're giving the CK exam, you will have your Kubernetes documentation open, and by good practice, you will have cheat sheet open. So yeah, it sounds a little crazy, but yeah, so you will have cheat sheet open. So cheat sheet basically has most of the commands, and it does even have this autocomplete commands, which I would just paste right now. Like it will set the alias and all these things. So we'll just go and paste this over here, and then this is. Wait, hold on, I'll just increase the font so that you guys can see clearly. I hope you guys can see it clearly, Okay. So I'll just copy the alias over here as well. Yeah. So this will set the alias. So I don't every time need to write K, kubectl. I can just write K. It sets the kubectl to K, as you can see. So if I press this, so I've done that. Now we're going to head towards making the etcd backup, right? So the first thing you will do is you will go here on the documentation and type etcd backup, right? So you type etcd backup. So when you type etcd backup, you will come across this, the first one. Click on that. Now here, what you'll search is, you will search for etcd ctl. So this is the basic command line for etcd, and you just follow along with me, and it will be the fastest way you can achieve this. So when you're taking backup, just take the first command where you can see, you specifically look for endpoints, cert, key, CA-cert, all these parameters, and this environment variable being set as etcd ctl API equal to 3. Specifically look for these, and then just copy it and paste it over here and press enter. So right now this command won't run, but I just pressed enter even still so that it's saved over here, and I don't need to come back to it again. I'll just clear the screen. Okay. So what we're really trying to do is we're trying to take a backup of etcd, right? Like a snapshot of etcd. So let's make a directory which probably might be provided in the exam where you want to store it. But for now, I'm going to create a directory where I'm going to store my etcd backup. So I'll make it using mkdir command, and then I will use opt, and then in opt I'll make a folder called as etcd backups. You can name it anything, but I'm going to name it as etcd backups. It makes sense. So yeah, so this is the folder. Okay. So now if you look at, we have a folder in opt you just created, and now it's the turn for us to take backup. So there are several parameters that are needed to be passed into the command before you take a backup. So, and these all commands, the values for these arguments you can find in the etcd manifest. So how would you find it easily? So I will show you. So first of all, you have to cat into the etcd manifest, which is easy to remember. It's in etc Kubernetes, then manifest, and in manifest you're going to write etcd and just press a tab. So yeah, so this is the path which where the etcd is stored, and you got to remember this. There's no other choice. So just remember that all the manifests are stored in this path. It's not very difficult. And then you're going to do a grep, which will like find a specific keyword and only return you that instead of the entire file. to just write grep file so that you get all the parameters that's needed for this. So you will see that there's the cert file, key file, trusted CA file, all these paths are there already. So just let me just do this. So this is our command, right? If you look, the cert is there over here. Everything is matching, even the key is matching. Even the key is matching, the CA cert is matching, everything is matching. So this is all matching, but sometimes it could be different, so I've showed you how you can find it. So that's good. But now, one thing which you should keep in mind is the IP over here could be different, right? So how would we find the IP? It's also pretty straightforward. Let me just go to this cat command. So you should find the, yeah. So instead of doing grep file, just enter this, and you will find it somewhere over here. Yeah, this is the IP. So just copy it, and also make sure to keep it in mind. You can use multiple tabs as well, just over here in Kilocoda. Also make sure that you keep in mind that the port of HCD is always constant, so you don't have to worry much about that. So if you see over here, the port is 2379, which will remain constant. So I'll just go here and update the IP, which we just copied. I'm pasting it, okay, fine. Now I've pasted the IP, and then I'm going to do a snapshot save. So instead of doing member list, this is to get a backup, you need to do a snapshot save. So that is one thing which will also change. So you're going to put a snapshot save, and you will put the path where you're going to save it. So OPT HCD backups. This is where we have made the directory where we want to save it. So that's why I'm passing this directory, and I'm pressing enter. Okay. Yeah, so this is one mistake I can do. You have to also mention the file name. So I forgot to mention the file name. So I will give it as HCD-backup, and it will be a .db format. So yes, now you can see it's saying snapshot saved at this path. If we take this path over here, copy it, and we will go here, put a CD, and we'll paste it. Yeah, so we're in that path, and if I do ls, you can see that the backup is successfully taken. Yeah, so that's all about taking backup. If you follow this process, you will easily be able to take a backup. Okay, so let's now proceed to the next part, which is we're going to do a restore. So how would we do a restore? So when you're going to do a restore, first you will go back to the documentation and search restore. Okay, so when you search restore and you keep going down, yeah, you will find the first command. Use the HCDctl command, and then you will see the command over here. Let's just copy it and keep for now. Okay, so before we do a restore, we need to make sure that there is a path where we can restore. So you need a separate path for even restore, just like how you did a backup. So that path is what we'll make now. So we are right now in OPT, so we go out of OPT. This is where I'll make it. So I'll make it MK, again use mkdir, restore HCD. You just keep it straightforward like this. So restore HCD, okay. So we will have our restore HCD as the path where we are going to restore our HCD. And now we will paste this command. And over here, you can see that we have to pass the data directory, and this is where we will pass the directory we just created. So /opt/restore HCD. Cool. So this is the path where our HCD will get restored, and snapshot DB is where our backup, we have to pass where our backup of HCD is stored. So where is our backup of HCD stored? It's stored in OPT HCD backups with the file name hcd-backup.db. So the same thing, you have to go and copy here, press paste, and then put a etcd dash backup dot db, right? So let's just see what we have done. So we have passed the data directory, and the data directory we have passed the new directory where we're going to store our etcd restore, and our command is snapshot restore, and for backup it was snapshot save, and we are passing the path where we have stored the backup, right? Now I can press enter. Yeah. So let's just check what has happened right now. It has restored. So let's just check how it has restored. So we will just go to the directory and press ls. So you can see it has restored. Now it has restored, but now how will etcd know that I have to use this? So you have to go and update the manifest. So let me just clear screen. I'll show you how to update the manifest. So first we will use bi command to edit the manifest, and then I'll put here /etc /etc. So this is the path which you should remember, /etc Kubernetes /manifest, and you just write etc and press a tab, you'll get it. So yeah, so this is the etcd manifest, and I'll just put I for insert, and we just have to look for host. So if you go here, you can see wait, just give me one moment. Yeah, host path. So in host path you have to go and give the new path where your restore is stored. So where is our restore stored? So our restore is stored in opt/restore etcd. That's it. Then you press escape, shift, :WQ, exclamatory mark, and boom, you have performed backup and restore successfully on etcd. As soon as you have updated the manifest, it will now refer to the new etcd for all the data. So that's it. So if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my video. Thank you.